Hey. Oh, I can't hear myself.
Yes, you can. Try harder.
No, I can't.
Not at all?
Not at all. Not even in one ear. I'm wiggling the cord. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Oh.
See? It's the cord.
You just touched something, though.
No, I didn't.
I saw your hand over there at the little box.
That's good to know that if I pretend to touch something, it changes how you hear things. That's a metaphor for life.
It just came back. Okay. Got it. I just have to hold the cord out like this.
Yeah.
For it to work.
You'd think that Sennheiser headphones would be infallible, but they're not.
That's okay. It's like the Titanic.
What do you mean?
It was supposed to be unsinkable.
But we've proven that to be untrue many a time.
That's right.
In fact, this morning...
You may have noticed our show came on a minute or two late because we were screaming and running around here, waving our arms, saying, "Why is that other show playing?" And then we pushed every button the way that we do, even though we're not supposed to.
The fact is the show didn't come on because something else kept going.
But then it did come on automatically. Like last week's show started playing, right?
Oh, I didn't hear that. No.
I thought you said it was doubled up. Oh, that was this one, doubled up over whatever was playing. Okay,
yeah,
never mind. I don't know what I'm talking about.
I was hearing Tim O'Brien, some nice track of music. Oh. I'm sure there was somebody out there who was like, dang, why did they turn off Tim O'Brien? But I'm sorry.
Put these ladies on.
This is our hour.
Yeah, Tim.
Whether you like it or not, Tim, move over. The ladies are here. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, how are you?
Oh, I am harried, as usual.
Harried. Why do you think it's called harried? Was there a guy named Harry who just couldn't cope? Probably.
Yeah, I'm sure there are a lot of guys named Harry who can't cope.
Yeah. Goes with the territory. Mm-hmm. Sorry, Harry.
Yes, no, we have a wedding on our farm tomorrow, which, we're starting to get the hang of this wedding business, but it's still not easy. Does not just go like clockwork yet. There's a lot of stuff to do.
Well, if you were going to feel harried at any point, it would be now, today, the day before. That would be.
I know. I don't know why I didn't. I should have taken today off because after here I have to go to work and then I still have to go home and probably pull an all-nighter getting things ready for this wedding tomorrow.
Well, just remember, today is the apex of your suffering.
Right. I'll remember that.
It'll
all
be
day long.
Yeah, it'll be a downward slide tomorrow. And tomorrow night, or maybe early Sunday morning, you're just going to feel like as light as a feather.
Well, unless some horrible disaster takes place, and then I'll feel...
No, nothing's going to go wrong. And honestly, I think that's why we do these high-pressure occupations. so that when they're done, we feel great. It's
Okay.
a high. It's a natural high. Like taking mushrooms. I'm taking mushrooms, you know.
What?
I told you this last week, didn't
No,
I?
you didn't.
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
taking
taking...
my headphone thing for a minute to fix it.
Oh, is it...
It's
Is it
sliding
still
down my
bothering
head.
you?
Hold on. I'm just going to clamp this microphone here for a minute.
Oh, you mean they're too big? My head's bigger than yours? Even with that big bun
No,
that you're wearing?
oh,
Your head should be huge.
I made it way big as they would go because I thought that it had to go around my hair, but then it was too big and it was falling off. Now I'm good.
Okay.
Okay, mushrooms. What?
Yeah, you know, there's a whole series of medicinal mushrooms, and I'm taking one called agaricus. Sounds like a gladiator, doesn't it? I mean, I like to think
It's
of it
your
that way.
gladiator name.
That's my name?
If you were a
Agaricus?
gladiator, that could be your name.
Okay. I like that. Kind of. Not really. I don't want to be a gladiator.
Your hair is cute and curly today. I know you
Yeah.
hate it when it's curly, but I think it's fun.
Well, I finally give up. You know, it's in the summer when it's this humid, you can't, you're running a race that you're going to lose.
Well, I want curly hair.
I know.
I look at people's curly hair and I say, gimme.
Yeah. Well, you know from the bottom of my heart that I would give it all to you.
Thanks. But then you'd be bald.
Well, that might be okay because that's going to come into fashion at some point.
It's been in fashion, sort of. Although I don't know why. I mean, if you don't have hair because, like, it fell out, that's fine. But I mean, we grow it, so why take it off?
Well, because it feels good. Think of Sinead O'Connor and how good she feels.
But she has a beautifully shaped head. I'm
No,
sure
she
my
doesn't.
head is, like, lumping and bumpy
No,
under there.
she does not have a beautifully shaped head.
What are you talking
She
about?
just has a head. It's just a normal head.
Well, it's not all lumpy.
Her head has been photographed only with perfect lighting, so you don't really know
Once
what
you
her
take
head
your
looks
hair
like.
off, you don't, like, then it's too late if you discover you have a lumpy head. You can't put your hair back.
Well, photographers have made her head look really good. And you are a photographer, so you could control your image.
Well, what about when I just go out in public and I have a lumpy head?
Look, you don't want to. You want your hair, so why are we talking about it like
I don't
this?
know.
You can have your hair,
Good.
and you can eat it too.
Did you ever chew on your hair when you were little?
No. Did you ever pick off the split ends or have a friend that did for you?
Yes.
Yeah. Sisters.
I would do that.
You did it yourself or your
Yep.
sisters did it?
No, I would do it myself.
Because there is grooming behavior that some girls exhibit with each other.
Right. That sounds a little too, like, monkey-esque. I think that braiding and stuff is better.
Better. That's
less
That's judgmental.
less animalistic because you need your opposable thumb when you braid.
What?
I think. Yeah, you do.
Well, I'm not arguing. I think that's fine. But
Don't monkeys have an opposable thumb because they do pick?
They do.
So they've got the pincher movement
Yeah,
going.
so why are you saying that?
Well, I'm just wondering why we're all like, whoa, 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 we have opposable thumbs, so we are the superior beings. Apparently they don't have them, but how are they picking? How are they picking without an opposable thumb?
They are using their thumb.
Well, then what makes it non-opposable?
No,
Am I saying that word right?
You're mixing it up.
Oppose?
It's humans compared to, for example, a sloth.
No, it isn't. It's
Yeah.
No, the difference between us and monkeys is our thumbs.
You know, I didn't pay attention in school either. I mean, I half paid attention, and so if you
Google this.
if you half
What?
pay attention, this is what you
The
get.
heck?
You get partially informed about all kinds of things, which is why.
And then I watched The Jungle Book. Monkeys can't make fire either, apparently.
You know what? Let's spread a little more misinformation if we can.
What? Do you think monkeys can make fire?
I have no idea. You want to test it out this weekend?
On what? You have a monkey?
Where could we find one?
I used to desperately want a monkey instead of children. Like, I don't really like monkeys anymore. I had a friend who had a pet one, and when it got mad, it would throw its, like, feces at him. So,
And that's why you wanted?
no,
Them?
I've decided against them after that
I'm
story.
glad
And
you
it would
did.
bite
I like your kids.
and be messy and stinky, which kids are as well. But, like, there's something about monkey stink that's worse than child stink, I think.
You know, I just never went there.
All right.
And I'm
Good for you.
not going there now. Yes, I don't really care.
But speaking of monkeys, your grandbaby is coming very soon.
My grandbaby came.
What? You saw it already?
It.
Him? You saw him already?
I did. And no, can you just relax?
I'm sorry, but I love babies.
No, I know, babies are cool, but could you just, everybody relax?
You
okay?
You just haven't settled into this grandma thing yet.
I have not.
I just want to say it, grandma.
People were trying to, stop it. People were trying to call me grandma this weekend, and it just doesn't sit right with me. So
what are you going to be?
Well,
come on, you gotta make your peace with this. Like, your children have bread.
I do not have to make my peace with grandma. I do not.
No, okay, but you gotta find a word that.
Well, I did.
What?
It took me a few days, but I came up with what I want to be called.
Okay, what?
Kiki.
I know a dog named Kiki.
That's fine. I don't care. I know a dog named Grandma, probably. Just because a dog is named something doesn't mean you can't have the same name.
All right.
And anyway, my friend Craig Byrne used to call me Kiki.
Oh.
So.
But he wasn't your grandbaby.
Okay, let's change the subject.
All right. Well, that's nice. Do you think the baby will really call you that?
Sure, why not? There's all kinds of, Noni, Noni, Kiki.
Is Freya in agreement with this? Is Freya going to refer to you as this?
Yeah, they were fine.
So the baby picks up on this?
I had all the kids said fine.
Super.
We're sort of an unconventional family.
So you're their Kiki.
Yeah.
Okay.
I feel better with that.
That's so cute.
Yeah.
All right.
What?
Happy birthday to George Lawrence today.
Oh, okay.
I don't know how old he is.
Hey, George.
How old are you, George? Don't call us because we can't answer the phone. Where even is the phone today?
I hid it.
It's gone.
It's behind the lava lamp.
Thank you, sweet baby Jesus. It's somewhere is gone, but
yeah, we kind of hate phones, but we love our friends. We just don't prefer them on the phone. I mean, that's a nice way to say it, isn't it? We don't prefer you on the phone, but we love you in person.
Yeah, well, we love you from afar as well, but the yucky little plastic device where we have to speak to your disembodied voice is very disconcerting to us.
It's sort of like ghosts.
Yeah, I don't trust phones. There's something mystical and wrong about them. Supernatural voices coming at you.
Well, speaking of ghosts,
it's like kind of the radio a little bit.
I've been trying to find the town clerk of my town. It's hard sometimes. I mean, I'm sure other people have this experience that...
Aren't they just down that little hallway? Deep, dark hallway?
No, I'm not. It's not Chelsea for me.
Oh, that's right. You're technically a Washington person.
Yeah, so I think...
That is sad.
Well, no, Washington's a perfectly...
I don't even know where Washington Town Hall is. Or town clerk's office.
Well, here's the thing, is you don't want to complain too much about anything to do with your town office because you don't want to get on the wrong side of your town clerk. Let me tell you.
That's true.
But I do have something that I want to bring up with you. It's a question. I just want your opinion.
Sure.
Okay. How long do you think it is reasonable for a town clerk to sit on your property tax check without depositing it? How long?
Maybe it's lost, Kristina.
No, it's not lost. It's just not deposited.
What? I think they have to deposit them. What?
Yeah, but how long do you think it's reasonable?
I don't know. I would assume... Okay, wait. They don't all come in at once, right? Do they come in over the course of a year?
You can pay your taxes anytime you feel like it.
Aren't checks null and void after 6 months?
Yeah, okay.
I believe that they are.
Well, let me just say
legally.
that I sent in my property tax check about a month ago with a note attached to it saying, could you please deposit this right away? Now, I'm sure it was her best intention to deposit it right away, but she hasn't.
You did something to tick her off.
Do you think?
So she's playing opposite day with you.
Ooh, that's bad.
What'd you do?
I don't know what I did.
You are that dang hippie on the hill. That's what you are.
I don't know how to change that.
Who doesn't even embrace Washington as your hometown.
Well,
you pretend it's Chelsea.
You know what else?
They're like, turncoat.
Look, I'm not the only one. The town road commissioner evidently quit.
Coming up your road? Just your road?
No.
Or just in general,
no,
he just quit?
He quit.
Oh.
He quit.
Are we talking about Chelsea or Washington?
Washington.
Oh. Well, maybe the town clerk is having to fill in for him. And so that's why she isn't in the office and she can't deposit your check, because she's out there grading the road right now, Kristina, while you're running your mouth about her not depositing your check.
That's really a nice idea.
Wouldn't it be awesome if all of our town officials were super multitasking? Like, if somebody calls in and they can't run the plow, then, the listers do it.
There might be some truth to that in some cases.
Yeah.
Anyway, the problem of where you have the money in the bank when you write the check, but then within days it's going to start to be a little iffy.
Yep, so you want those people to suck it out right then.
Yeah, so I think here's my solution, and I used to do this, but then I got lulled back into actually writing a personal check. I used to go to the bank and get a money order, because the money would come directly out. It would be
smart
done. So I'm going to go back up there to the town clerk, I think, and ask her for the check, rip it up, go to the bank, get the money order, come back and give her that.
Why don't you just rip it up and throw a giant tantrum on the floor?
Well, then
to get that out of the way.
I'd get an even worse reputation.
All right.
So I don't know, but I don't know what I did. But whatever. You can't worry about these things.
No. All right, I'm going to pick up my little...
Oh, and just one other thing.
What?
Is that when you call a town clerk and in Washington and nobody's there, it sounds like it's going to voicemail.
Yeah.
And so you wait, and then you get a fax machine.
Oh, that is one of the oldest tricks in the book. Are there still faxes? Like, people fax stuff still?
But they're going out of style. They're definitely going out of style.
What's replacing the fax machine? Like, what is it now?
It's called the digital revolution.
Right, but is it like just scanning? Just scanning is the fax machine now, right?
Well, you don't have to even scan. You can just create a PDF or something in your...
How do you sign it?
Oh, there's ways to do electronic signatures. Did you notice I just got louder? You know why that is?
No.
Because I pushed this down. This was way
phone?
back
The
here. It was
squishy phone?
Yeah, now it's right there. So this is any of you budding recording engineers, just, check out the positioning of your windscreen. It might be impeding the proper flow of electrons. Okay, sorry to interrupt.
It's fine.
Just these things are so important because
I was just thinking of all kinds of inappropriate comments, and I can't say any of them, and I shan't say any of them.
Really? Do you want to get to that section of the show? Because I did have something to say about...
inappropriate hour.
I know you're going to have... well, I was glad to hear... This is what I want to tell you. I was really glad to hear that the New York City parks finally stood up to the unlawful art project of putting naked Donalds in the parks. And here's the statement that they gave. Quote, New York City Parks stands firmly against any unpermitted erection in city parks, no matter how small. Okay.
That's really what their statement was? That's so brilliant.
I know.
Although, okay, here's the thing. I despise Donald Trump beyond pretty much any human. But, and as funny kind of as that was, I don't feel that body shaming should be the route that we take with Donald Trump. I think we can shame his hair because he could fix that.
I think people
but his little button down there is unfixable.
It's the philosophy that somebody who's seemingly impervious to any kind of I was going to say self-reflection, but he's impervious to other people's opinions of him.
Didn't he make some actual statement about how enormous his penis is? So I think that alone does open him up for ridicule.
No, it started with one of his original primary opponents making a comment that...
He had really tiny hands, right?
Yeah. Was it Rubio?
I don't know. But anyway, I guess since he said a bunch of really obnoxious things, it maybe a little bit lifts the ban that I feel on body shaming.
I hear you. I know what you're trying to get at here is that we shouldn't, generally speaking, that's hitting below the belt. You know what I say? I mean, yeah.
I mean, really, we have plenty of other things we can ridicule him about, like
And let's.
millions,
Yeah.
millions, without even going there.
Do you know? I looked up the definition of the word trumpery.
Yeah.
This is what it is. I can't believe this. This is so amazing. Trumpery means attractive articles of little value or use.
Well, where's the attractive part coming in?
Well, did he make up his name? No, his name came with him from his family, right? It's not a made up name.
I don't know.
Maybe somebody made it up at some point, but they didn't make a very good choice if they wanted to have a name that was something you could admire.
The dog that belonged to the Morrill family, the museum that I work at, is the Justin Smith Morrill Homestead, and they had this dog, and he's in all their family photographs, and they loved him, and guess what his name was?
What?
Trump.
Really?
The poor dog. His picture's gotten so many dirty looks this year.
Was that a common dog name?
Well, the Morrill
then?
family back around, before the turn of the century, loved to play cards. And so, like, it's a card term. Trump.
Oh, you're right. It is. That's another association with that word that is not exactly...
They talk about this dog in their journals and their letters for, like, way longer than a dog could have lived. So I think they must have had a Trump 2 and a Trump 3.
What does it mean when you trump in a game of cards? It means you overthrow somebody's move, right? You win. Maybe that's why they like that name.
Yes, I think so.
But it's so interesting that it has so many meanings.
And then anyway, trumpet.
Sorry to offend anybody who's voting for him, but obviously we don't prefer him as a candidate.
Not even on the phone.
No, we can end it there. We could talk about something light and cheerful, like quitting.
How do I kill all the pigeons in my barn?
That.
Cheerful.
Oh, okay. I was going to talk about quitting drinking, but that's okay. Let's talk about pigeons in the barn. So
we could combine the two, sort of.
Well, with the wedding, there is going to be a kind of combination with those pigeons
drinking.
Pooping.
Wait, who's quitting drinking? You?
Well, I was just going to say that if you are going to quit drinking, there's only one way to do it. Ready?
All right.
You need two things. You need root beer and you need ice cream. Because those are the only things.
I don't drink, and I have those all the time.
Good. Well, that's why you're so healthy.
Yeah.
It's 11:24. We're running late because of that faux pas in the beginning of the show.
Yeah, we are.
That technical faux pas.
Well, are you going to play something?
Yeah, I am.
What happened to the air conditioner? I mean, not that I care, because today's fine, but...
Yeah, no, it wasn't on. All the doors were shut, but it wasn't on.
Huh.
Yeah.
How do you keep your fingernails so clean when you're a gardener?
Because I keep my nails cut really, really short, and then I scrub them.
Well, I do too, but it doesn't... They're just gross.
You're not working hard enough at it.
All right.
You don't have the right scrub brush.
I wasn't even getting that dirty this morning. I just went out, I mowed a little bit, took my little ponies and I tied them underneath the apple trees because that's my little redneck weed whacker because I can't get under there with the mower, so I just stick them under there. And then, yeah, that's pretty much it. And my fingernails are gross.
Sorry.
It's all right.
I was going to ask you about a fashion tip.
Oh, okay.
Well, I just wondered, why do older women always feel like they have to keep their hair cut short? What's behind that?
It's because it's thinning. Your hair gets like very, very thin.
So you try to kind of puff it up?
Yeah. That's what I've heard. I'm not doing that though.
Okay, I thought you would know. I'm glad that you know that.
I'm never going to do that.
Yeah. Okay, good. I'm glad I'm not either.
I cut my hair short once back in my early 20s and I looked like a little old lady then when I did that. And I said, oh my God. My hair gets really, really curly when it's short, which is kind of cool because I want curly hair, but I don't want short hair. I want curly long hair. So I just had like a little fro.
Well, if your hair is curly when it's short, you could probably make it curly now by adding the right hair product.
I don't have hair products and I don't have time for that stuff.
Yeah, and they're toxic anyway. You don't want to use hair products. Just use oil. Have you ever tried oil?
Like just
olive oil? I don't know.
Oil?
Just try. No, not car
oil. I could get
oil.
like black hair and curly hair all in one go.
Yeah.
Stinky, flammable.
Yeah.
Hair.
Yeah, you could. Yeah. Okay. So I've got the gardening report.
Oh, great.
The gardening report. It was not as hot this week, but it was very wet.
And humid.
Yeah, it was humid and it was wet.
Not the heat, it's the humidity.
Yeah, so I had this
What
big...
does that even mean? Sorry. God. I mean, like, who gives a crap? Like, what are you... What? Like, does the just plain humidity really bother people that much?
Yep, it does.
I don't understand. Okay, all right, keep going anyway. I just had to interrupt you for a second there.
That's all right. You're in the minority, and I think minorities should have the opportunity to get it off their chest, whatever they're feeling about the oppression of things like the concept of humidity that is bandied about in conversations across America every day.
I don't believe in it. I think it's a conspiracy theory.
Do you?
But here comes the train. Wow.
Okay, let's just stop and
so much ADD right now.
Let's take a deep let's take a deep ADD breath and listen to the train. Shh, shh.
I don't think they can hear it.
Yeah, they can. Now, if that isn't good therapy for something, I don't know what.
Makes me feel all Johnny Cash. Like I want to sing Orange Blossom Special right now.
Yeah.
All right. Sorry. Go back to your gardening report.
Okay. So I had this big job where I had to, the week before I had to remove a whole daylily bed because the wall had collapsed and it had collapsed down into the flowers. And so I dug out everything that I could, and then Spencer Lewis, who's a stonemason as well as being a musician, he came and he fixed the wall, and he did an absolutely gorgeous job. I showed up there. I didn't see him do the work.
Maybe he didn't really do it then. Maybe he has little tiny trolls that do it when you're not there.
You know what? That's exactly what I was going to say. I was going to say that because there was almost no trace that he'd been there. The wall was just perfectly reconstructed. There was
Spencer,
not even,
we're on to you and your little trolls.
Yeah, there was not even a blade of grass seemed out of place. So it's amazing what he can do. He's got, you know what the old timers used to call that? Floating stones. Spencer tried to explain that to me once, what that was. But I think this is a case of it. You know? Anyway, so I had to...
Sorry. Okay.
No, it's all right. I can see you're enraptured with the whole concept.
No, I am. I don't understand. I'm okay.
Yeah, it's about levitation. But so then I had to divide all these daylilies that I'd pulled out and put them back in, which was fine. Everything was going fine. And I had just got them all replanted. And the sky opened up and started to pour.
Well, they had to be watered anyway, right?
Well, yeah. In the end, I was glad, but I had one more thing that I had to do before I could say that the job was done. And that was to take 10 bags of moo and spread the composted cow manure all over the flower bed. So you can imagine what that was like in the pouring rain. Yeah. It's another half an hour of interesting work, but actually keeps you honest.
Poop does keep you honest.
Yeah, that kind of work keeps you honest.
I don't even think it smells bad anymore. I'm around manure so much that I don't even, it's like when you first change your baby's diaper and you're like, this is disgusting. And after a while, you're like, whatever.
Well, there's one exception, though.
What?
Pig manure.
Oh, well, I don't have pigs. I don't want any pigs.
Exactly.
That's yucky. It's because they eat everything. When you eat everything, you got to know that your poop is going to be stanky.
You know what else smells bad?
What?
My sneakers. Because they're still wet from Tuesday.
Oh.
I don't have a dryer.
Can you put them in the hot sun on a hot rock?
There wasn't any hot sun this week. I mean, I could have left them out while I went to work.
You got to kill the bacteria first, Kristina. So you have to dip them in cider vinegar or something.
Why do I have to kill the bacteria?
Do you want them to stink forever?
Is that what smells? Bacteria has a smell?
Yes.
What?
Oh my God. It's like a fungus growing in your shoes. So you need to soak them in some vinegar, and then you need to sit them on a rock in the hot sun and let them dry.
It must be really
and
smelly.
It will kill off everything.
Inside our body, all that bacteria has a smell?
Yeah.
How could we smell inside?
I don't know. Do babies in the womb have a sense of smell? That seems like a stinky place by the looks of it.
That's an interesting point, that you don't have all
They don't use their noses, though.
Well, that's what I was just about to say, is that you don't have all your senses operative when you're in the womb. But you do have hearing.
And sight. They're supposed to be able to see.
They have their eyes closed. Can you see through
not
your
always.
lids?
They're supposed to be able to see, like, late on. They're supposed to be able to see if you put a bright flashlight against your belly and run it around, they can see it.
Oh, just like if you had your eyes closed, you could sense.
I think their eyes are open sometimes.
Really?
Just like
with swimming underwater with your eyes open?
Yeah, I mean, they don't know the difference because it's dark.
There's no chlorine. So it's not as bad.
That's great.
I know. I don't like to open my eyes up underwater.
So they've got the sense of touch. They probably don't have taste. Well, maybe they have it, but there's nothing to taste except for amniotic fluid, which probably tastes gross.
They probably don't know they have a mouth.
Yes, they do. Some babies suck on their thumb in the womb.
Oh, you're right. Okay.
They just can't smell.
I don't know about fetuses.
Or
you
were one once.
Yeah, but I get a 60% on that quiz.
It's okay.
I didn't study well enough. But so I confess I did make a fire in the wood stove this week.
Whoa.
It was mostly a trash fire. But
I wore my
that counts.
Flannel gnome pajamas. It was cold.
Yeah, I threw some stove wood in.
Yeah.
Just to keep the trash going, burning. You don't want the trash to kind of fizzle out, and then you have this pile of half-burned trash in your wood stove.
I don't think you're supposed to burn trash.
No, trash. What do I mean by trash? I mean burnable paper, mostly.
Oh, okay.
Paper towels, things like that. Things that are,
paper towels have chlorine in them that they release into the ozone.
Oh, thanks for telling me now.
You can burn all the newspapers around here because, like, the Valley News and the Herald are printed with vegetable dyes.
If you have stuff like that I should know to be a good citizen, would you please make a list and give it to me? Because I didn't know that.
Don't burn things that have been bleached. Because I think it releases something bad.
Okay.
Not just into the environment, but into you.
Okay, well, I have some advice for you.
What?
Don't underestimate the power of getting rid of furniture.
I have a hard time with that. Well, I don't really have any furniture, so.
I just got rid of some furniture that I've been looking at for 10 years, and I didn't realize how much it was bugging me.
What'd you get rid of?
Do it today. I got rid of this big thing. I don't even know. It's called a secretary.
So like a desk?
Kind of a
or
desk
an armoire?
with a top that had glass doors and the glass was broken, and it was huge. It was a monster. It was a monster.
Where was it? Can't picture it anywhere.
Well, it was kind of hidden. It was back behind the fireplace, and it belonged to my ex-husband, and I thought it was one of his favorite pieces of furniture, but he never moved it. And so I asked him, I said, could I do something with this? And he said, sure. So I took it up to the restore. I say it was a group effort. I did not pick this thing up by myself. In fact,
did it come apart in 2 pieces?
Yeah, it did.
Okay.
Thank goodness. We could have never moved it otherwise.
Well, that's cool. What are you going to put back there now?
Well, that's the thing. This is part of the therapeutic aspect of moving furniture, is that once you get rid of the furniture, you can go to the space where the furniture was and just stare at it and feel these. You get flooded with these feelings of well-being.
Like, I could put anything here.
Yes, it's creative. I want to go home right now and look at that empty space. It just, man, do it today. Do it today. So,
I have John Denver stuck in my head. I was about to hum it out loud. I'm sorry. I'm trying to stop.
I have Jesse Bigwood stuck in my head.
I don't know. What? I don't know
who that is. You know who Jesse Bigwood is.
I'm terrible with names.
Okay. You know, we drive over the bridge to get into South Royalton, and then we take that first right-hand turn into the back drive that goes behind the law school.
Yes.
Have you ever noticed that historical marker? Jesse LaFontaine Bigwood.
Oh, the one that's right over there.
Yeah, you ought to stop and read it. You're into history.
Oh my God, what does it say?
I don't know. I always drive by too fast to read it. That's the thing about historical markers, is you watch them as you go by, but you can't get past
Oh, well, this is why road trips with John are interesting, because he has a rule that you have to stop at every historical marker. So we do read them all. I weirdly haven't read the one here in town. I don't know why.
And when you take the same trip and you drive the same roads,
no, you don't have to. You don't have to stop if you've been by it before and you've stopped already.
Does he quiz you?
No.
Do you think?
We always stop.
Do you think he remembers what's on there?
Yes, because he has a photographic memory. But but he's a slow reader. So if we're in a hurry and he's stopping at one, and I'm getting really irritated because I know it's going to take him 5 to 10 minutes to sit there and read it and ponder what it says, and I'm like, I just need to get to a gas station and pee or whatever, then I say, look, we're going to stop. I'm just going to take a picture of it, and then I'll read it to you in the car. So that's what we do.
Wow,
compromise in marriage.
Yeah, but that's really.
I usually let him stop. It's just occasionally I'm like, no.
You got to just slow down your life. If you're doing that on vacation, if you're trying to hurry him up on vacation, when all he wants to do is stand there and read 3 sentences.
It's not always vacation. Sometimes we're on our way someplace, so we got to go to and be there.
Yeah, my brother's like that too. He stops for all the markers. He and John and my brother Steven should get together.
Oh my gosh, they could take a road trip.
They would have so much fun.
They would.
Let's set them up.
Okay.
All right. So, Personal Growth Friday, did we want to touch on that? I know we don't have much time because we've had so many technical difficulties this week that it's unbelievable. I always come in here thinking, today, there's no way we could have a technical difficulty.
What could happen?
What could possibly happen? But so Personal Growth Friday, let's see, we could either talk about fear, or we could talk about big gifts. I'm going to let you choose, or dropping by. Those are your choices.
You
want me to repeat those?
No, I'm thinking, but
hurry up.
Sorry. Dropping by, like we're dropping by or someone else is dropping by?
No, people who just drop by without.
How is that going to personally grow us?
Your opinion is going to elucidate the issue.
You know what? I'm always very kind to the Jehovah's Witnesses that drop by our house, and they dropped by this morning. And for once, I was just like, I don't have time for this today.
That's honest. That's okay. Well, honesty is the best policy. What about, but this could carry over into one of our other subjects here, big gifts. What do you do if someone wants to or succeeds in giving you a big gift that makes you feel uncomfortable because it's of its largesse?
Like what? Like money?
Well, I don't know. It could be anything. It could be a quilt. It could be a A car.
Well, what makes us feel uncomfortable? Because we feel like we're putting them out, or because we feel like we can't reciprocate?
Or because they're trying to substitute something material for something that's...
I don't know. When people give me a big gift, I think I feel guilty. Like, I can't do this in return for you.
Well, can you decline a gift like that? Or is it
rude? I guess it depends.
Always rude?
I sometimes try to, depending on what it is.
What would you say?
I don't know.
Okay, I know it's a hard one.
It is. What was the third one topic?
Well, the third one was based on a quote that I read. My friend Pat Karstensen put this on Facebook this morning. It's a Pema Chodron. Is that how you say her name? The Buddhist teacher.
Oh.
Okay, here it is. I think it's a good thought here. Quote, "There is a teaching that says that behind all hardening and tightening and rigidity of the heart, there's always fear. But if you touch fear, behind fear there is a soft spot. And if you touch that soft spot, you find the vast blue sky. You find that which is ineffable, ungraspable, and unbiased, that which can support and awaken us at any time."
Huh.
Okay, I know that was too much for you today.
No,
it's sinking down into your chair.
No, I'm just trying to keep my headphone thing at the right angle.
Oh yeah,
I am, and now it's gone off again. Oh, there we go. I cannot touch it for a minute. Good.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm afraid of so many things. Aren't you supposed to do something every day that you're afraid of? Like, I definitely don't do that. Like, why? I'm afraid of it. Duh, I'm not going to do it.
Well, you don't necessarily have to do it. You could just feel the fear and then not do it. You could allow yourself to feel the fear.
Some fear's good. Like, it keeps you from doing really stupid stuff. But I kind of assume that my fear kind of keeps me from doing everything. But maybe everything is stupid.
Well, there's some kind of primal element.
I don't jump off high things. I don't go up high.
But what about, say, fear of a phone call? That's a different kind of a fear.
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
Do you think there's a vast blue sky behind that fear of a phone call?
No. Like, I'm kind of glad that I don't like to be on the phone, because you know what? If I somehow got rid of my phone phobia and then I could just spend endless hours on the phone, I would have no time for the rest of things in my life. So I think that my fears kind of go where they're needed.
Yeah, but you haven't quite made it okay to not answer the phone. You think about it when you don't answer it, and you feel a little twinge of guilt.
Yeah, I need to just out and out say to people, I'm not going to talk to you on the phone. That is the deal. I don't want to talk to anybody on the phone, and that's just how it is. But I can't do that because that feels rude, and they think I'm being rude. They don't understand that it's a legit fear. Like, I can't do it. Everyone just thinks like, well, yeah, maybe you don't like talking on the phone, but you can talk on the phone to me. Everyone thinks that. And I'm just like, no, I can't actually.
Well, you just need to say to them that there is something ineffable, ungraspable, and unbiased behind your desire to stay off the phone. And that if they were more spiritual, they would understand that.
I feel guilty because it makes other people feel bad, too. Like,
how bad? Really bad?
If they're calling me, they either feel bad that they're calling me, or they feel like I'm faking that I don't like to be on the phone.
Well, they can go find another friend. You're just being honest. What? People are so hard up, they got to have you as a friend?
I don't know. I guess so. Oh, you made me laugh and my earphones shut off again.
Oh, God. I just thought it was my
Kristina.
problem.
God. How much time do we have left to the show?
Let's see. This clock says 11:52.
Oh, that one. We have like 8 whole minutes.
I know, because I'm not going to play another track of music because I think I already played the whole playlist.
Oh.
Well, I don't understand because I heard somebody talking. It's very possible that my third track had talking on it.
That was that Terry Grass guy, though. I heard somebody say, is it Terry or Jerry? I don't know. I heard somebody say...
You mean Jerry Garcia? You're calling Jerry Grass?
No. I heard somebody say a name, and I saw that track of music was pulled up on the big computer over there. It just wasn't playing. So I'm a little confused. Yeah, but we don't know how to run this station anyway, so...
I think it's a ghost on the theme, because I saw a ghost this week. I did.
Really?
I actually saw... I've never seen one before. I saw one by my printer.
Oh my God.
I'm serious.
The ghost of yourself trying to make your printer work.
No, I was I'll tell you honestly what I was doing. Okay, because this is a little bit weird. I was photocopying something regarding a last will and testament.
Oh, that's creepy.
Okay. And
of your own?
No, I'm not going to tell you who. I'm just going to say that's what with the nature of the document. I was copying it, and as I was copying it...
Can you say if the person that the will was for was already dead or
deceased?
Not dead? Okay.
As I was copying it, I could swear I saw a puff of smoke behind the printer, and I thought,
that could just be your printer biting it again.
Well, that's what I thought, because this was a printer that came out of a dumpster. So I thought, okay, this printer. So I ran over to unplug it, worrying that I was going to get electrocuted, of course, because I'm always scared of getting electrocuted.
Me too.
But so I turned it off, and the document was only half printed, and I scratched my head because I didn't smell anything electrical, and I didn't see the smoke anymore. So I decided to plug it back in and resume printing. And you know what? There was absolutely nothing wrong with the printer.
You don't know that. Sometimes they just puff smoke.
No, I would have smelled it. There was absolutely no smell. So I saw a ghost. I'm convinced of it. It's cool. I didn't feel scared at all. I don't think we should be scared of ghosts.
Ghosts can't be in your house.
They can't do anything to you. They're just knocking around.
All right.
They just want to be a part of things.
But do you want to be a ghost someday, or do you want to just go someplace else?
No, I don't think that's a preferred state of existence. No, I don't think so. I think you'd rather be moved on to another...
But if you believe in ghosts, it has to mean, technically, that you believe in other things.
It's not a belief thing.
Well, okay. If you recognize that ghosts are a thing, that means that you have to believe that there's some sort of afterlife, right?
Oh, sure, yeah.
But what happens if... Well, do you think everybody is a ghost after?
No, I don't. I think it's a residual effect from people who have trouble leaving the earth plane.
Well, do you think you get the choice when you go to be a ghost or not be a ghost?
No, I don't think so. I think you don't. I don't think anybody wants to be a ghost. I think it's just if you're confused.
Well, what happens after your ghost is like exorcised or whatever? Does that mean that somebody else puts you to rest someplace else?
I don't think it has to be as dramatic as an exorcism. Sometimes it's just, ghosts just need, they need to be recognized and assisted to move forward into their next state of consciousness.
Okay.
Which doesn't mean hanging around here. Would you want to hang around here?
What, the radio station?
No. Would you like to hang around my printer after you die? I don't think so.
Maybe ghosts are in more than one place at once. Like maybe that particular ghost is sort of hanging around its will.
I think we are in many places also, if you think about quantum physics.
I don't even know what quantum physics means, really.
Well, it's just basically time is all happening
like all different layers or something?
Well, it's not even layers. That's a construct of our limited intelligence.
Well,
I mean,
how come if there are aliens in the world, they haven't come to us first? Because they're probably smarter than us. We are not very smart.
No, they've come to a lot of people. They just didn't come to you, Emily.
Well, I don't want them to come to me. I don't like aliens.
Well, that's why. Did you ever think about that? You don't want them to.
Well, I don't think anybody wants them to come to them and
some people,
probed.
Some people are interested, but you're right. Some people they come to and they're not happy about it.
I would really be not happy.
You're just getting a break this time.
They better not mess with me. I hate aliens.
Yeah, you got enough to deal with.
Bring on ghosts. I'm fine with ghosts. I don't want aliens. I don't like green things.
Oh, come on. You like plants.
Yeah, but I don't want...
You don't want green aliens.
People, things coming after me.
That's reasonable.
Yeah, I think so.
I don't think that's too much to ask.
I hope that when Willy Nelson dies, he comes to your printer or to my printer or something and just kind of hangs out.
Yeah, he might. I mean, if he comes to my printer, I'll send him over to yours.
Okay, thank you. I'm really getting worried. He's getting old. Like, I'm going to be so upset when Willy Nelson dies. I'm, like, going to lose it.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I know a guy who's a lot like Willy Nelson. My friend Eddie, the Mexican Jesus.
I don't know.
By
Eddie,
the time,
like,
by the time,
like Willy.
by the time Willy dies, maybe we'll have some recordings of the Mexican Jesus.
Okay.
And
right.
we'll just try to console you, because I don't want you to feel bad.
All right.
I mean, Willy wouldn't want you to feel bad. I'll tell you that right now.
That's true.
So I'll get you a guitar.
I can't play the guitar.
I'll get you a guitar with a hole in it. Okay,
his guitar is
better.
really. Have you seen Willy Nelson's guitar? It's like looks like it's been laying in a dumpster for 70 years. It's pretty beat up.
Yeah, sometimes those sound really good.
Yeah.
Anyway, we probably should go out on a track and music, even if we've
guess-
already played it. We
I
don't
guess
know
so.
because we were just struggling.
We never said who we were or anything though, because you guys have
my
been listening to 11th Hour Radio on Royalton Community Radio with Kristina Stykos and Emily Howe. And we're coming to you live from South Royalton Community Radio, WFVR-LP. And you can catch us every Friday at 11 a.m. doing our thing, which isn't really a thing. It's just...
Yeah, well, I'd say...
just put on music.
To sum it up, I'd say thanks for listening, and we'll see you next week.
Yeah.
you
I
know.
wouldn't dare.
What's that?
I wouldn't dare step out like that without
And,
without a parachute.
yeah.